Hello peeps and welcome to Sundays with Sparky. How is it going? It's been a week since I last spoke to you and so much has happened. We've had the beginning of two-ish new seasons, I guess. This week we had the beginning of the second season, if you like, of Gary's Mod videos. The first one being called King Dong. Thank you to Andres Indra for being such a good sport and letting me use his image for the thumbnail and stuff, because yeah, that was pretty hilarious. If you haven't seen that video, you should definitely go and check it out, because it's pretty funny from start to finish. We also had the very first episode of the Borderlands pre-sequel series that I'm doing with Suki and Bumpy and Raina McGump. It's a great game so far, from what I've seen. It's pretty fun. If you like Borderlands 2, then you'll probably like the pre-sequel, because there's not a huge amount of difference so far, and playing it with friends is a blast, and I'm having great fun. I hope that comes across in the videos. Also this week we had another Big Deck player, again with a new format, so it's another new beginning, I guess. I decided that some of the videos were getting a bit too long. Like for example, the Warrior deck that I did last week, that video was like 24 minutes. The one before that was 17 minutes. And you know, I was trying to keep them originally under 15 minutes long, but that can be quite difficult depending on how good the match is. Because if you might have a match that lasts 15 minutes long, in which case any talking you do is gonna go on top of that. That's what's been happening this week. I've been doing lots of editing. I've already got some more Gary's Mod videos and some more Borderlands videos ready to go. All done, all edited, so that's good. I've been in talks with Supervillain 47 for another podcast, which we're probably going to be the beginning of November, so expect that in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure when it's going to be exactly, because it kind of falls on, or it would have normally fallen on the same weekend as BlizzCon. So yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to do. I'm hoping we can do is because it's a CCG podcast, so what I'm hoping we can do is provide an alternate commentary for the World Championships that are being held at BlizzCon. That's what I'm hoping we can do. We'll have to wait and see, but that's my hope for that particular podcast. So that's video games. Oh, I also did some gaming with the McGumps on a game called Trove, I think it was called. I don't know. They suggested that I try it out and play with them a bit, so I did. It was pretty fun. It was like a Minecraft MMO type thing, I guess that's the most easiest and simplest way of describing it. It was kind of fun. I think it's still in beta at the moment, and I think they recorded it, so expect to see a video or two on their channel regarding that. If you're into Minecraft or MMOs or both, then you might want to check that out. So movies, this week I rented Men in Black 3, which was good. I've seen it before, but I wanted something to watch, and I've still got some money left on my iTunes account. That movie is fun from start to finish. I love the Men in Black movies anyway, so and I'd seen it before, so I knew it was going to be good, and I knew that I was going to have fun watching it. And yeah, it always there's always sometimes that doesn't make any sense. Sometimes I forget about stuff in movies that I've seen before, And when they come around again, it surprises me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was good. I enjoyed that. So what else did I watch? Basically, if you've seen Men in Black 1 or Men in Black 2 and you enjoyed them, then you'll probably enjoy Men in Black 3. That's as simple as that. It's got Josh Brolin in it, so he's probably the only real addition to the bad guy in Men in Black 3 is really good as well, actually. Boris, the animal. Yeah, I like him. He's a pretty cool bad guy. What else have I watched? I watched Warm Bodies. I rented that from iTunes as well. I'd never seen that movie before, so I was quite interested to see whether it was actually going to be any good. Warm Bodies is about a zombie who still, I guess, has his internal monologue, or at least that's how it feels, which is a bit weird, and unlike most zombie movies you've probably seen, it's told from the perspective of the zombie rather than the humans trying to survive. It's basically, in its kind of very kind of basic form, I keep using the word basic, but that's how it goes. It's Romeo and Juliet, is what it is. There's even a balcony scene. No spoiler. I don't really mean to make spoilers, but there is a balcony scene. It's essentially Romeo and Juliet, but with zombies. So, I mean, I was looking in the drama section and I found this. So, I don't know quite how that. I wouldn't say it was drama necessarily. It's like a. Well, I guess maybe it is. Maybe they couldn't think of anything better to put it under. It's got elements of comedy, and it's got a lot of romantic type stuff in there. If you like romantic comedies and zombie movies, then give it a try. Do you like over-the-top movies? Do you like movies that are quite ridiculous? If you do, you might be interested to know, because I didn't until I saw that there is a Crank 2 movie. High Voltage. If you've seen Crank 1, you'll know that Jason Statham here played a guy called Chev Chelios, and he was involved with like criminals of some description, gangs. I'm not entirely sure if they were like Yakuza or something, but it was something like that. Or maybe it was triads. I don't know. One of those two. Anyway, and they give him this injection that if his heart rate drops below a certain beats per minute, then he'll die. So in Crank 1, the idea is that he's drinking like energy drinks and, you know, trying to do stuff to kind of keep his heart rate going until he can find the people that poisoned him so that he can get the antidote, right? So in Crank 2, it starts off with him having his heart replaced with a prosthetic type heart that they use for heart transplants and stuff, that's only supposed to be in the body for like an hour or so tops, before you replace it with like a proper heart. So obviously everything goes wrong, because otherwise there wouldn't be much of a movie. And so in order to keep his fake heart beating, he needs to electrocute himself almost all the time. So that's when the ridiculousness starts. There's lots of over-the-top characters, there's lots of over-the-top action. None of it is particularly believable, but it is fun. It is ridiculously fun. It's not going to win Oscars, obviously, because it's, you know, it's ridiculous. But sometimes you just want a bit of ridiculous in your life, which is probably why you're watching my videos. Haha. Okay. I think that's everything for movies. Oh, no, wait, what am I talking about? The most important one. I went to the cinema this week and I saw Fury, and it was amazing. Really good movie. I'm kind of a fan of that kind of genre, like Second World War kind of stuff anyway. I loved Saving Private Ryan. I have no idea how many times I've watched that, but it's a lot. And it always gets me. Always gets me right. It does. You know, when I was at school, that's all we would, like, in history, that seems to be all we ever did, was stuff to do with the Second World War. As far as I'm aware, it's not based on a true story. It's just a story set in World War II. So don't get your knickers in a twist if it's, like, not historically accurate or whatever. Or, oh, that thing never actually happened in World War II. I don't think that's the point. I think it's just a story told in the setting of World War II. It was brilliant. It was so good. The characters were good. The acting was brilliant. The costume design, the set design, everything was just spot on. It was gruesome enough in places where it needed to be gruesome to kind of show, like, that harsh reality of them being in the war. And there's characters that you start off and you're like, I really don't like you. I really don't like you. Even though I'm supposed to like you because you're part of the Allied forces, you are not a nice person. But by the end of it, you're like, okay, I can see that you've come a long way. Your character has travelled this kind of distance and has changed as a result. I like that. I think that's fantastic. I don't know if it'll, like, win any awards or anything. I think it might get nominated though. But then I said that about some other movies that I really liked from, like, the year before, last year or whenever it was, or the year before. No, it was last year. And as far as I'm aware, they didn't ever get anywhere. But I think this is possibly one of the best movies I've seen this year. I think that's everything for this week. I think I've talked about all the movies I've watched, and I think I've talked about all the games I've played and all the videos I've made. I'm feeling more positive about the channel again. I get little bursts of, like, inspiration and positivity, and I think that's really good. All bolstered, obviously, by the fact that you guys are still supporting me. You're still watching my videos. We hit 250 subscribers a month before I was hoping to, so that is fantastic, and I cannot thank you enough to everyone that has been helping me over the last year, because it's almost a year now. Oh, that's the other thing I've been trying to do. I'm trying to get a 1 year anniversary montage video of some of the best bits, some of the funny bits, some of the awesome bits or whatever from any of my videos that I've made in the last year. So if there is a specific thing or a specific part of a video that you really liked or you thought was really funny or interesting or whatever, let me know, because then I can try and include it into the montage. Okay, that's enough talking from me. I'm going to go. I shall see you next week, where we'll talk about more stuff. I think this week I'm going to go and see Gone Girl, because I didn't go and see it last week. So that's probably going to be one of the topics for next week. If you've seen it already, don't give me any spoilers. Just tell me whether you enjoyed it or not. I will see you next week, and we'll talk more video games and movies and stuff. Alright, thanks for watching, peeps. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.